Hello, NFIers. Today we're talking about luck.
The nerd fighters!
I think one of the reasons luck is so difficult to talk about is probably because a lot of people don't believe in luck as an idea, as a concept, as something that you can experience. I always go back to John Green's video on deserving and his idea that you are not your luck. Like, you can't inherently be the luck that happens to you. Because if you deserve, the idea of deserving is damaging too. If you deserve all the bad things that happen to you, you must deserve all the good things that happen to you. So scrap deserving as an idea and scrap kind of the idea of luck inherently as something permanent. If the old saying of luck is when preparation meets opportunity, or when preparation creates opportunity, then luck has a lot to do with circumstance and timing and just being in the right place at the right time. It's the same thing as circumstance and timing. And maybe as well, luck is a lot about taking chances, taking action, even when you don't think something is going to work. It's a lot of failing, it's a lot of effort, and a lot of discipline when it comes to doing what you want to do. I feel like another aspect of luck could be simply the people you know, the connections you have, the library of people you built yourself up with. Well, privilege really isn't luck, because that's more of a societal permanent thing. But maybe there's luck of the privilege. Like, this is my circumstance. This is my hand in life. And my hand in life isn't always equal in terms of opportunity to someone else's hand they get in life. Like, my deck of cards is more valuable because of circumstances than someone else's. Not intrinsically, it's just the circumstances dictate it that way. I guess that's just the way it happened. Like, when I auditioned for the kids' TV show for Move It, and I got selected as a co-host for 2 years, that was an opportunity that came to me through math class. My math teacher just shared an email. They were looking for a kids co-host. Or when I got selected for anything. It's a lot about just action and seeing what happens. So maybe the persistence and the hard work is what creates the opportunity. There's another thing I go back to quick that talks about it can take you 5 to 10 years to get your life back on track for doing something. Like, if you mess something up really, really heavily, you have time to try again and go back, But it takes your entire life to fail at something, because there are a lot of opportunities always to get back on the right track and make a step forward. So inherently, if you completely give up, then there are ways in which you can never get lucky. Or maybe there are ways in which you're already lucky because of how you're born and what you're born into, and ways you get lucky because of the path you go down. This isn't to say you're always successful when you get your one big break, but if you work down a specific path, I guarantee there are always situations where there's some sort of big break that you get. You get a shout out from somebody on YouTube, or your work gets featured somewhere. It only takes sometimes one of those successes to create momentum, to create a surge of change and luck and something that can progress you forward. Now, that's not always the case, I'm saying, but with persistence and resilience, if you keep showing your work and you keep shipping it, somebody's going to notice. It's not going to stay unnoticed forever. Maybe that's not so much luck, and that's more you're working hard and you're making progress, versus I barely did anything and I got selected. The issue I have with luck in terms of how we're describing it is luck is something that doesn't involve a lot of effort. It's like being picked when you don't do anything. And the luck that I guess that I'm talking about is the luck that comes from lots of effort and lots of hard work. But that doesn't seem luck. That doesn't seem like the real definition of luck that we have. Luck, in the sense that I'm hearing from a lot of people, is about no effort at all and you being picked and you being featured. That doesn't sound like hard work to me. Discipline. That's my definition of luck. It involves discipline and hard work. That's why luck is what happens when preparation creates opportunity. There's a bunch of hair at the front of the person's head, right? There's an analogy from Tim Elmore. There's hair up here, there's opportunity up front, there's baldness in the back. You can only get it when it comes by. So maybe the key is to take some sort of action instead of just waiting for stuff to happen, waiting to be picked. You don't get noticed by doing nothing, right? You get noticed by caring about what you're doing and taking action and responding and creating and sharing value. And the luck that I've received in terms of situations like that, from that perspective, has always been because I cared about something, and I wanted to make a difference, and I wanted to do what matters to me. That's the kind of luck that I feel. But maybe that's not luck at all to what our society deems as luck. It's like we have all these words that we try to use to dictate the difference between factors, the things that happen, like privilege is a word, luck is a word. There are words that we have to try to differentiate and organize all of the variables of what happens, instead of focusing, I think, most importantly on the constants. Because what's constant to me, what's similar, and what's the patterns, noticing the patterns to me in terms of what works is always more important to me than all the variables and noise happening. Because what's deep and what's constant is what I pay attention to. Not that I don't appreciate the variables, I see the variables, but I can spend my whole life caught in the variables. That's something to pay attention to. What's the most common definition of luck that we have? And is it a definition that you agree with? Thanks for listening to my rambling mouth this week on NFI, where we had a few spots. Very tough thing to even talk about. It's a tough topic. It's tough. And maybe that's the point, to do difficult and interesting things, to create lucky moments, to set circumstances for lucky moments by trying enough and caring enough. Keep being you, DFTBA, and Dave, we will see you tomorrow on Friendship.